Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit Black Moon Lilith Sextile or Trine Natal Uranus. Now, the way this transit may manifest could be the higher level of the transit, powerful enemies, prominent people in one's life, maybe in harmony with one's friendships, goals, aspirations, one's future. And I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. It's not about dealing with powerful enemies are really harmonious with your future, but it can be where you may be able to deal with them and move toward your future at this time. If you do have anybody that's been like that figurative thorn in your side, as an example, it could be that people that play a provocative role in your life may be beneficial to your goals, your aspirations, your future. If you have, let's say, the natal Uranus is in Capricorn, future goals and aspirations may be connected with accounting, dentistry, information technology, masonry, business, government, political work. Now, I want to say though, as far as this transit goes, of course, naturally the transit of the BML doesn't replace or supplant your natal BML placement. The natal BML placement is with you, of course, for your duration, the entirety of your life. That is a permanent placement. It's your natal placement in your birth chart. The transit of the Black Moon Lilith, though, when you're talking about, like in this example, sextile or trine to the natal Uranus, well, you could feel, some positive energy connected with that during the time, of the transit, but it doesn't replace your natal placement. But the thing about this as well, and some may wonder, well, what is the difference between this transit and the conjunction to Uranus? Well, the transits are comparable, but they're not precisely or exactly the same. The sextile and trine are auspicious aspects. They're favorable and harmonious aspects. What it does is it forms a good relationship. In this example, with the transit of the Black Moon Lilith to the natal Uranus, it could indicate having a very good, strong passion and desire for doing Uranus-related things, whether it's goals, aspirations, one's future. Could be astronomy, astrology, doing things with friendships. But when you have, like, say, for example, if the transit BML is making a conjunction to the natal Uranus, well, that may manifest. Conjunctions. Well, first I want to say conjunctions are neutral, aspects. They have good and bad qualities. And you can have, and it's very, conjunctions are very integrating, intensifying, amalgamating, and it's a strong concentration of energy with the transit of the BML and the natal Uranus. And you could become, when you have that transit, it can be where you might be very obsessed and fixated, with Uranus-related things, to the point where you may become oblivious to other things in your life, where it can be to the exclusion of other things. So this is it's really, it has good and bad qualities in them. And the thing about, this transit too, and going back to the transit, BML, being connected, to the fixation, obsession, when you have the sextile or trine aspect, I would say that's more just about having, again, that strong, intense, the passion, desire. And it can be for matters with groups, clubs, organizations, with friendships of the natal Uranus as in Sagittarius, say. It could be groups that are associated with sports or religion, philosophy. It could be foreign travel, exploration, publishing, as some examples. Now, the thing about this too, now let's say if you're experiencing, anything anatomically that's connected with Uranus, such as something with the shins, the calves, the nerves, ankles, or circulation. This could be that time, again, going back to the BML being connected with passion and desire. It can be where you have more that passion, desire to do things. There's something about those issues if you do have them, or it could be that people that play a prominent role in your life may be beneficial. toward those issues, if you do have any. Going on with what I stated, that's anatomically connected with Uranus. If you've been procrastinating or hesitating on any of those issues, this is the time where you may have more of that passion to do something about it, and where people that play a prominent role in your life may be beneficial toward that. Now, also too, this is the time really where you might have, say the Black Moon Lilith is also connected with trauma, and whether it could be of an emotional nature or physical nature. So if there's anything, physically, again, just going to trauma in general, it could be where friendships, people that are prominent in some group, club, or organization may be advantageous to you dealing with it at this point in time, or even if you're dealing with some powerful, formidable enemy. This is a time, whether it's somebody that may be slandering you, or it's somebody that has brought you down, that has ruined your, done something to ruin your public image, your reputation. It can be, something where your friendships may be more beneficial to you in dealing with those matters at this time, more so than they ordinarily would. And it's a time as well to really, if you're trying to, grasp, the higher level of the placement, at the time of this video, that I'm making this video, transit Black Moon Lilith is in the zodiac sign Cancer. So, the higher level of the placement can be connected with expressing protection or care, or sympathy, or dedication or devotion. It could be simply getting away, extricating oneself from some negativity in one's home and family life, and those things can may be assisted by friendships, developing that positive energy connected with the BML. That energy, friendships may be of assistance, people that are prominent in groups, clubs, or organizations, as some examples as well, and they might be to your benefit in those matters, and dealing with the positive of the, embracing the positive energy of the BML. And it can also be a time when you have this transit, if you're trying to get away from something nefarious that's going on in your life, it's it could be very auspicious for extricating yourself from that, because Uranus is connected with freedom and independence, and it may be a positive time for just simply freeing yourself from something negative that could be going on in your life. If you have the transit, say if the transit BML is in Aries in the 7th house as an example, it could be dealing with some acrimonious or contentious relationship. It could be a marriage partner, somebody that might be physically abusive and just very combative in general. As an example, the transit Black Moon Lilith is in the 4th house. It could be something abusive with a home or family member. It could be just simply verbal harassment, or something that's impacting your safety and security negatively. Anyway, now another way this transit may be expressed, it could be, positive, again, for that intense passion and desire, which is the Black Moon Lilith, to pursue goals and aspirations, which is Uranus. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal Uranus is in Aries, those goals and aspirations may include firefighting, maybe a combat sport like karate or judo or boxing. It could be doing something with welding, and maybe it's military work, as some examples. And also, people that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may be in harmony and agreement, with your future in general at this time. And the future, of course, is associated with Uranus, the future that you are pursuing. Now, let's say if the natal Uranus is in Taurus, that future may be connected with stability. Could be working as a pawnbroker, a gardener. Some examples: a banker, someone that might be doing something with agriculture. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, also at this time, attempting to embrace the higher level of the transit of the Black Moon Lilith. Now, may be assisted by friends, clubs, people that you know, people that are prominent in your group, club, or organization, which is Uranus. Now, let's say, for example, the transit Black Moon Lilith is in Pisces. It could be embracing that higher level, can include helping those that are less fortunate than yourself. It could just simply be sacrificing for others, doing something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, and also the void you may have in your life at this time, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may be dealt with. It could be maybe assisted through people that you may know on the internet, social networking. Maybe it's just researching things on the internet, and the internet social networking, of course, is connected with Uranus. Let's say if the transit of Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini as an example, that void may be connected with communication or being able to articulate things. Maybe it's has to do with assimilating information, or just simply being more versatile and diversified in general. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.